Zombie apocalypse.
Welcome back to Nation, is with Family here, and today, welcome to another tier list video. Today, just like Nintendo, we're going to be ranking the exclusives. I don't know. I don't really know if I count Nintendo. They are exclusive to Nintendo, so I guess they are exclusive. But anyway, we're going to be doing PlayStation exclusives today. Strictly PS4 exclusives, because we're not really in the PS5 generation, and those would be a little interesting to compare to PS4, just because completely different generation. So we're just going to do PS4 exclusives here. Here's all the things we have. So let me run through the tiers, and then we're going to get started. So obviously, Masterpiece. The best games on PlayStation. Must plays. Not quite the best games, but they are among them, and they have a few flaws, but overall they are some of the best games that you could possibly play. Great games, just overall great games. Decent game, one that has quite a bit of flaws, but it's also pretty good, and it just makes for a decent experience. Not that great, has more flaws than or more cons than pros. And then bad game, just a bad game. And then no opinion if I ever haven't played it or never heard of it. And no longer exclusive, because there are some on here that are no longer exclusives. They were timed exclusives. And yes, we are including timed exclusivity. Timed exclusives. All right, so let's get started with Bloodborne. Absolute masterpiece. Let's get that out of the way. Or wait. It is. Okay, in my opinion, I think it's a must-play. I don't think it's a masterpiece, but because everyone else thinks it's a masterpiece, I'll put it up there just because. I mean, I'm not going to argue with them. It really is. Even though I have issues with it, that's like more of my opinion. And by the way, guys, this is all my opinion. Absolutely my opinion. I'm probably going to disagree with you, some of you people. So go ahead and let me know down below what you guys think. Just try to be respectful and just enjoy it. These video game ones are more opinion based, but I'll try to be not biased. But there's gonna definitely be more bias on this one than, let's say, other ones. Crash Trilogy, no longer exclusive. Concrete Genie, never heard of it. Detroit Become Human. Okay, I think Detroit is a very good game. I wouldn't say it's a must play though. I would give it a great game. I mean, it is. It's just a great game. Nothing that's like mind blowing or if you have a PlayStation, you have to play this game, right? It's very cool the way they did the decision making and the story drive. I really like the way they did that, and it's definitely a great game. I would recommend it, but I wouldn't say it's a must play. Days Gone. I also think this is a great game. I think this is. Actually, I would almost say it's a must, but honestly, I would say it's better just for the one reason. This is probably one of the best zombie games that you could play today. They did zombies so good in Days Gone, like hordes among hordes. It's so awesome. The story's really great. Visually, it's very appealing, and gameplay-wise, it's really fun. So I think it's definitely a great game. I would almost say must play if you're a big zombie fan. This is a must play. But for everyone else, this is just a great zombie game. Dreams. This is. I'm not gonna say masterpiece because it's not. But this is a must play, and it's a game where you can make anything, and I say that with confidence, and I know that's bold. You can literally make anything. You just gotta put enough effort. That's where it keeps it from a masterpiece, because it's not for everybody. The creative side, it's not for everybody, but you're able to play other people's games, and I think that is just an amazing experience, and that's why I put it in must play. Like, you have to try and you have to see what creators have made, and it is mind blowing what they've done. Death Stranding, this is a I hate to say it, it's a great game, and it's not for everybody. That's why I'm not putting it in must play. It's kind of a walking simulator. But I find the story to be very what's the word I'm looking for? Very attractive, right? The story's very attractive. It hooks you in from the opening cutscene. I'm like, huh. It's one of those stories, and you just automatically want to like beat it. Like, after the first cutscene, you're like, oh, I want to beat this game. But then some people, once they actually start playing, they'll be like, it's kind of boring. But I wasn't that way. I had absolute joy playing this game. I think it's great, and I can't wait to see what Kojima does next. And I know what he's doing next. He's doing an Xbox game. I'm very excited for that. It's going to be an Xbox exclusive. But overall, he's made great games. Death Stranding is one of them. Final Fantasy VII Remake, absolute masterpiece. It is still an exclusive. I think this is the best one we've actually ranked so far. Final Fantasy VII Remake is a absolute masterpiece. I mean, Final Fantasy VII as it is a masterpiece, and they just made it even better. Probably one of the best games of all time now. Actually, the remake, is absolutely phenomenal. Ghost of Tsushima. All right, so okay, everybody can agree that it's a masterpiece, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, obviously, if you weren't for it, then that's all you. But like, this game was the best game of last year. I'm saying right now. In my opinion, this is okay. I gotta be real with you guys. This is my favorite game of all time. Ghost of Tsushima. I love it so much, bro. I love it so much. And this is my tier list. This is, in my opinion, the best PlayStation exclusives. One of the best experience I've ever had playing a video game. One of the greatest stories I've ever watched, listened to, played through. Gameplay was some of the most addicting, clean, polished gameplay. Visuals were obviously stunning. I really couldn't tell you. I mean, I could probably think of a few flaws because no game's perfect, but off the top of my head, there's just not. This game is an absolute 100 out of 10 masterpiece of a game. My absolute favorite game. God of War. So I'm going to say this right now. I am not... Look, this game is a masterpiece. Obviously, we're putting in masterpiece. It is, without a doubt, a masterpiece. It is one of the best PlayStation exclusives. I would almost say it is probably the perfect single-player experience. If you're getting your PlayStation, like today, right? If you go and be like, PlayStation, but what game should I try first? I feel like God of War is like one of the perfect single-player experiences. Obviously, I think Ghost of Tsushima is the best game, but I do think like God of War all around is one of the best games that you could start out with. But that being said, I actually choose a lot of other exclusives over God of War. I'm not crazy about God of War, but I absolutely love it, and I can't wait for Ragnarok. But yeah, I definitely don't think it's one of my... I don't even think it's in my top 5, to be honest with you. I just don't resonate with it as much as other games, but I'm not going to deny the fact that it is a masterpiece. I do love it. I give it a 10 out of 10. It's just... I'm not like dissing it anyway. I'm not saying it's bad, or I'm not saying I don't like... I don't like it as much as other things, but that doesn't deny the fact that I love it almost to the max. Like, I absolutely love the game. So... Gravity Rush 2. Now, this is... I think Gravity Rush is actually a very good game. I really hate to see Sony Japan no more, because they're the ones who made this game, and I actually want to see another one. Maybe we might get another one from a different studio, but I just don't think it'll be the same. Same with Gravity Rush 1. I think they're both great games. I find the concept to be very cool, and it's one of those games that's just awesome to look at, and not because the visuals are stunning, just the camera work, the gameplay, the animation. It is phenomenal. Horizon Zero Dawn. So this one is another masterpiece. And see, I actually put this one above God of War. I don't know if I would put it above Final Fantasy. I don't. They're like, no. I put Final Fantasy. I dig the story a lot more for Final Fantasy than I do Horizon. But that's not to say, like, it's still 10 out of 10 masterpiece. Great game. I do like it more than God of War. If Forbidden West and Ragnarok came out at the same time, definitely hopping on Forbidden West first. Absolutely, no doubt about it. All right, Infamous First Light. So I really love Infamous. I love the Infamous 1 and 2 on the PlayStation 3. They were some of my favorite games. And then PS4 came out. And then we had Infamous Second Son, which I'm going to put it right now. I think it is a must-play. But I think First Light, because it's kind of like a spin-off, like, really short game. It's like, I want to say it's almost like 6 hours, I think. It was decent. I mean, it was just a little extra Infamous, but it wasn't nothing special in my opinion. But Infamous Second Son is absolutely amazing. I love the new powers they gave him, the movement, the visuals, the story actually was really good. So I think Infamous Second Son is an absolute must-play if you are, or if you have a, what do you call it? If you have a PlayStation 4, you must play this game. Sorry, I'm just going to close out some tabs so not as laggy. Knack, okay. I hate to say it. Okay, I think Knack 2 was better than Knack 1. I think. At least I enjoyed it more. That's what I should say. I definitely enjoyed Knack 2 and Knack 1. Me and my dad actually played through it together. He enjoyed it for what it was. I enjoyed it mainly just because I was hanging out playing games, right? And my dad was encouraging it. Like, it was pretty great. But as far as the quality of the game goes, it's pretty bad. Killzone Shadowfall, I don't think it's that great. Personally, Killzone is a big PlayStation franchise. Like, Killzone it goes back. It goes way back. But I definitely don't think Shadowfall is good. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's not that great. I wouldn't really recommend it, to be honest. Little Big Planet 3. As much as I'd say, I cannot give an opinion on this one. Obviously, I know the Little Big Planet. I've played some old games, and I really want to play Sackboy's Big Adventure, but I just haven't played or really heard about 3. I didn't even know this one came out on the PlayStation until like just now, actually. Medieval, I've heard of it again, and I know like the skeleton character. There's like an iconic skeleton character. Like, I know him, but I haven't played this game. Neo and Neo 2. Okay, so I think Neo is decent, and then I think Neo 2 is a great game. I think they took Neo 1 and they amped it up, and they made a better sequel, in my opinion. Although Neo is like it's an easier Souls game, I guess. It's kind of like an easier Souls genre, Soulsborne, and definitely a little more flashy. Definitely not visually as stunning, but I thought it was good for what it was. This one I can't give an opinion on. Persona 5. Look, I'm not crazy about Persona. If you guys hear fireworks, I mean, it's the 3rd of July, so tomorrow's 4th of July, so there's a lot of fireworks going on. So sorry if you guys hear fireworks. I'm not crazy about Persona, but I cannot deny the fact it is a remarkable game. I'm gonna put it at top of grade, because after all, this is kind of my opinion, so I'm gonna put it where I think it goes. But, if you guys want to argue the case that it's a must-play or masterpiece, absolutely. Like, I won't even argue with you. I'll be like, absolutely. Like, yeah. Because I do think it deserves either one of those three. But in my opinion, I'm gonna put it in great game because in my opinion, that's what I think would like. If someone asks me, what do you think of Persona? I'm gonna be like, oh, it's a great game, right? But if someone asks me like, what do you think about Final Fantasy VII Remake? I'll be like, oh, that game is a masterpiece, right? So I put it in the tiers that I would think. PT, I have no idea. What even is this? PT, is that even what it says? PT, I don't know. Ratchet and Clank must play. If you have a PS4, you need to play Ratchet and Clank. I've grown to actually love Ratchet and Clank. I played the one on the PS4, and I was like, yo, I've been missing out because I haven't played a lot of the old Ratchet and Clank. I played one on the PS2, but I don't really remember it that much. But it was a reboot. It was kind of almost a remake, or it was a remake of the original Ratchet and Clank. And I played it, and I was like, yo, I've been missing out on these Ratchet and Clank games. This is amazing. Like, I honestly, Ratchet and Clank are some of my favorite platforming characters. Just favorite characters in gaming now. And then with Rift Apart, recently, I think Rift Apart is my new favorite platformer of all time. I absolutely dug the story. Gameplay was amazing. Visuals were stunning. Music helped. Everything about it was amazing. So yeah, Ratchet and Clank is great. Or it's a must play, absolutely. Shadow of the Colossus. Alright. I mean, it could go in either of these three, in my opinion. It could go in either of these three. But if I had to choose to play any of these games or Shadow of the Colossus, I'd probably go with Shadow of Colossus. I think Shadow of Colossus is better than all these. I think Shadow of the Colossus is absolute must play. I mean, it might not be for everybody, but just give it a try because it truly is like so surreal what they did with that game. Like, anytime I see like footage of it, I'm like, wow, that is just crazy. Um, all right. So next we have the one and only Spider-Man. Uh, Masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. I would actually put it right here. Um, Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man game to ever come out. One of the best. It was the first game I played on my PlayStation when I got it. Um, and it has remained my favorite until Ghost of Tsushima came out. I absolutely love it. The story, I thought it was actually the best Spider-Man story we've ever gotten in video game and in movies, actually. And then gameplay, the swinging was so perfect. It was so good. It was so good. I love the characters. Even Miles really helped it. It was just loved it. Spyro is no longer an exclusive. Last guard, I want to say it came over to other platforms, but I'm not sure. Either way, I have no opinion. But I have seen it visually, and it is visually is very good. And I've heard the story is very good, so give it a try. Okay, this one. Ugh. This one's gonna be so con. I don't want to do these. I don't want to do these. Okay. I think The Last of Us is a must play. I feel like that's the definition of The Last of Us 1. I feel like it's a must play story driven game. I don't think it's a masterpiece, nor do I think it's like one of the best, but it definitely is a must play. But this one, no longer exclusive. No, I'm just look, I think this is a absolute masterpiece. Okay, look, I know people. I'm just joking, guys. I'm just joking. I'm gonna put it at not that great. All right, so this is so controversial. I don't like this. I 100% agree with most of the community on this game. I thought what they did with the story, the characters, the overall plot of the game did not work well. I saw what they were going for, and if they pulled it off, I feel like it would have been really good, but they just did not execute it well. They could have done it in so many different ways, but they chose the wrong one, and it ruined the entire game. It really did. From the first 2 hours of the game, it ruins the entire plot for the rest of the game. And then they make you play as a character that you hate for so much of the game. I just don't understand why they would do that. I just don't understand. So